First of all, one of the key lessons is if you want to get it done, schedule it, put it on your calendar. Schedule it, work it, say yes to it, but then know also when to say, it's not working. It's not hitting our easy button, or it's not hitting our goal of making this fun and easy. Some parts are starting to be really complicated. Put it on your calendar. Taking things off your calendar as a power move are really big concepts, and schedule it. It is powerful. And then the make it fun and easy. Those are just two concepts from the book.
One of the advices that she gave me when we used to work together one-on-one was to always pay myself first and then figure it out from there. And no one had ever said that to me before. And it just blew my mind at the time. Even when you're on an airplane and they go through all the safety emergency stuff, they always say, put on your oxygen mask first before you take care of your child or your friend or whoever. And so, I really have seen this apply to so many areas of my life. And this is the way we teach it too, whether it's paying yourself literally financially, after you get your paycheck, paying yourself in terms of self-care, making sure that you are literally taking care of your basic needs, making sure that you're taking care of your body and your mind and your heart before you go and take care of your company or your household. Really making sure that you pay yourself first, whether it's just, again, paying attention to yourself before we pay attention to everybody else, because that's kind of what tends to happen when we're running things.
Bring a ladder. Just climb right over that wall. Do not hit your head against the wall. It is just going to hurt you. So I think I have navigated my career, and I think I've navigated helping others by either you bring a ladder and you climb over that brick wall, or you find a door, or you find a window, because head on hitting a brick wall is really hard. And so there are many, many examples of that, but it basically is a way to step back and look at that wall with perspective and say, what am I really hitting? Is it internal? Is it real? If it's real, there are ways to solve it with help, with expertise. Do anything with an R in some ways: reset, renew, rest.
Reflect.
Reflect. Yeah, all these different R's. We have some chapters on this as well about how do you press the reset button and how important that is.
When you're coming up against the brick wall, it feels very defeated. It feels very frustrating. It feels painful. It feels stuck. You feel just like there's just no way out, and that resilience starts to fade fast. That it's just really impossible for you to be grateful and be in a crisis, at the same time, right? Because those two parts, can't work at the same time. So for me, when I find myself hitting that wall, or any of my clients start to hit that wall, or they feel that sense of defeat, one of the things that I have them go to is gratitude. And when we come into that state of gratitude, all of a sudden the field of vision starts to open, and then we're able to find that ladder. We're able to find that window. And so that is my 2 cents around hitting brick walls. And, what do we do, to stay resilient? And we were talking about how optimism is not so much, again, about just positive thinking and, just kind of trying to override a situation that is hard, but it's really about trusting and having faith that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that there is the other side of this, that there is a reason, a purpose, that this is all part of your journey. This is all part of your story. This is all part of the path that is perfectly made for you. And so to maintain that optimism, which is also to me an energy of vibration, a trusting and a faith that it is all part of the story that is being beautifully laid out for you. And right now you may be on the part of your story or your journey where it's supposed to be dark. It's supposed to be a little heavy. It's supposed to be a little bit hard because without that part of the story, then there's kind of no story, because then when you're on the other side, and you're actually in that place of, winning, without this, you don't have the story, right? Because that's kind of like the hero's journey. You need that to have, the story and the hero's journey. So I would say, first, optimism, maintaining that trust and faith that this is all part of your story, that this is all part of a journey that's perfectly made for you.
If you enjoy this podcast, please make sure to subscribe. To stay updated on everything that the Action Catalyst is up to, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Action Catalyst Podcast and Twitter at Catalyst_Action. Thanks for listening.